Hey everyone, thanks for joining me in today's video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how I'm attempting to build a greenhouse out of very limited resources.
So this past year has definitely been a year of growth, a year of change for me, but it's also been a lot of fun. And I've definitely gotten myself into projects that I never thought I could do. And this project was no different. I definitely had to break a lot of new ground, both physically and metaphorically, but I couldn't have done it without a lot of help. And my parents are definitely my #1 fans and my #1 supporters. My mom was down for a week and she helped me construct this greenhouse as well as some fencing around my garden plot. We definitely came in with some challenges. Mother Nature showed us what she can do. We had a few rips. But my mom and I, we persevered and we didn't give up, and we put our heads together and we came up with a plan. And I think the greenhouse came out pretty good. We definitely came back stronger after Mother Nature showed us what she can do with a little bit of rebarb and some stakes, holding down that frame, making sure that that frame wasn't going to go anywhere. But we started off with this simple frame that came with the house and the door frame. And we kind of worked together, and this is what we came up with. And so hopefully it's going to be good at germinating some seeds, hopefully in the next few weeks when it starts to get warmer. So we started off with this basic frame, and I knew I wanted to dig the posts down into the ground just for some extra added support, getting those into the ground a little bit instead of just on the surface. So I spent not much time just digging a hole for every post, making sure that it would fit so that we could put the plastic underneath the frame in the ground and then really bury it. And then came the door frame. Now the door frame had some rebar posts in it that we needed to get out because we weren't able to, maneuver that door frame with those posts in there. So as you can see, I started off the hard way and was banging the long side out when we both realized that, wait a second, if we just stick a screwdriver in the short side, we can bang that rebar post out from the short side. And lo and behold, it worked. A little wiggling, a little trying and not giving up, and pound it through, and out came all 4 rebar posts, and we were able to use those later. So with the rebar out now, the door frame was much easier to pick up and move. And so we positioned it where we thought we wanted it. And then time to pull out the plastic. Now, I'll be honest, we did not plan really anything. We did not take proper measurements. We did not, lay everything out and measure out the plastic before putting it over the frame. We just kind of put it over the frame, and with the help with Mother Nature, who showed us that she was willing to help a little bit, we were able to get all the plastic over the frame pretty quickly. And then it just was a matter of securing that plastic underneath the frame so it wouldn't blow everywhere, which was pretty easy to do because the frame wasn't nailed down yet to the ground. It was just sort of sitting loosely in the holes that I had dug previously. So at this point, we just were tucking the plastic underneath. But we did notice that the troublesome areas were the corners, because that's where most of the plastic was bunching up. At this point, we hadn't cut any of the plastic yet because we wanted to just really get everything tucked under. And then we started cutting the plastic once we realized how much excess we had and that we were able to very easily put everything underneath the frame. We did secure the plastic to the post with some zip ties and some clips, and that was able to hold the plastic down very nicely. And we just worked until we felt like we had everything secure. But then Mother Nature, she told us, well, wait a second, if you really want a greenhouse, you're gonna need to stake it to the ground. So we started from square one, took the plastic off, and came back with added support with some metal stakes and some rebar posts, which we pounded into the corners. And we are very confident that this frame isn't going anywhere now. We did have a strong wind the other day, and we both woke up and the greenhouse was still standing. So we're quite proud of the fact that we were able to get that frame in and back together again in little to no time. So on our last day, we really focused on the door and getting that door secured to the frame. Because we didn't have the rebar posts anymore, it was easy to pick up and maneuver. And we knew we wanted to get the frame under the plastic and secured on the inside. So we worked to make sure that we could get that in without ripping any of the plastic. We certainly didn't want to make more holes than we already had. There are several holes that occurred because of the blowover, but we were able to minimize that. And so we were able to secure it and then drill it into the frame. And my mom did a great job of constructing this door. This door was actually the original door to that frame. And she actually replaced some of the wood, as you can see on the bottom left, and then she added a screen to it, and she did a great job to all of that. And so we were able to then, once we got the door frame secured, came back in with a drill and lined it up, and we had some hinges. We actually put more hinges on it than it originally had. A door, typically only has 2 hinges. But the door, most of the wood on that door is pretty light, and we were afraid it was going to be too flimsy. So we actually put 4 hinges on it. So as you can see, this is what we finally ended up with. It's not perfect, and obviously there's still work to be done with the plastic, but this is what my garden looks like now. We've got fencing up thanks to my mom, and then the greenhouse in the back, and it should be good to go to put some seeds in pretty soon. Thanks for watching.